Alright. Hey guys, it's Blue Emerald and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Guild Wars 2. We last left off in the middle of me depositing 1,000 crafting materials. But we last left off, we just finished exploring the Silverwastes. There's a giant... Why is there like a black circle with the, it's like two swords or like an X over it?
What?
On my map, there's like a giant circle in the middle of the Silverwastes with like an X in the middle of it. Oh, there it goes. It must have been Indigo Cave or something. But it was showing up like all the way zoomed out. So I don't... That was weird. Showing up like a dungeon or something. Anyway.
Okay.
What? When did we do the Ghosts of Fort Salma? Oh, is that the one that gets us into the zone?
That's where we go when we see Belinda and she blesses the sword and gives it to Marjorie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was before this.
So that was before...
Yeah, that was way before this.
No, it was a step right before this. It was the, when we fight the ghosts at Fort, Salma.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we came here and we explored the Silverwastes, and that was like 2 episodes, so that was a while ago. And now we're going to talk to Marshal Traherne at Camp Resolve,
Okay.
where I am. I don't know what you're going to do.
I was just confused because I was like, we didn't do any story the last couple of episodes, I didn't think, but
No,
apparently...
we didn't. We
Yeah.
explored the Silverwastes.
So I wasn't sure what the last one was, the quest that got us into the Silverwastes. So...
Find a place to lay those maps and get me a couple of charcoal sticks to mark them with.
At once, sir.
Has anyone heard from Commander Frostgun? She's late.
She's dealing with a problem on her ship, Marshal. The engines need maintenance.
Tell her to get someone else to do that. I need her here.
Right away.
That's the one who told
Alright.
us later. I told you.
Councillor Flint asks that I convey his regards.
It's an honor, Commander.
Marshal, I have news.
How are things progressing?
The Northwest is overrun with Mordrum and strangling vines. The troops need reinforcements.
Tell Commander Quentin to ready his ship.
Yes, sir.
Everyone disperse. The commander and I need to talk.
Yes, Marshal. Everybody out. Come on, move it.
While they're dispersing, let me fill you in on what's been happening since the summit. I took what you said to heart. The fleet's arriving gradually, and we're preparing to take the fight to Mordremoth. The cities have all sent troops to fight with us. And we've begun preliminary forays into the surrounding area. I've contacted your friends from Destiny's Edge, and they've all agreed to join the battle. All but Ritlock Brimstone. I couldn't reach him. And none of the others know where that portal took him either. We're gathering as much information as we can on the enemy before we launch the main assault. We definitely need someone with your skills. So I'm glad you're with us.
Alright. Thank you for coming on such short notice. I thought you might be busy with post-summit diplomatic concerns. Right now, the Pact is high on my priority list. I'm glad. This staging base is our launch point for an early attack on Mordermoth. Before the dragon gets too strong? Exactly. We're fortifying as quickly as we can. We believe Mordermoth is west of here or south, perhaps. Its jungle seems to be spreading eastward. You have a mission for me? I have a mission. I have a squad missing. Missing? They were on a scouting mission, and they should have been back last night, but they didn't return. There were 2 non-pact with them. Who are they? Our friend Keith and a diplomat sent here by the Crichton government to investigate the situation. His name is Karnak. Is that how you pronounce that?
Knock.
Karnak. So, yes, but wrong stress. Karnak. Both are very capable, but maybe outnumbered. Karnak. We need to look for them and see if they need reinforcements. Would you be willing to lead that mission? I'll head out as soon as I'm prepared. Hello, Brom. Hey, I saw you meeting with Tahern. What did he want? Do you have to do things with the Pact? Marshal Tahern is requesting my help to find a missing squad. You're the perfect choice for that. You already have a lot of experience with Mordrum. Are you going to be in charge or something? So it seems, of a small squad. I'd offer to come, but I've got to make sure Timy's safe. She's looking for that Pact engineer to toughen Scruffy's armor. I'll never forget how close she came to dying in that inquest attack. Me neither. We showed up in the nick of time. She was so scared. I'll keep an eye on the squirt. You're gonna be okay, right? Of course. I won't be alone.
Wait! I have more questions!
Oh.
I need to know. Was Aaron working for Scarlet?
Not to my knowledge, miss, although I suppose it's possible. Never met any of his friends.
Then what are you doing out here?
We came looking for a safe place to land.
Wait, you can't just leave after saying that! Why would he attack you? You never did anything to hurt him, did you?
Of course not. We welcomed him into our fold, but he grew violent.
It started with episodes of confusion and aggression.
We just decided to confine him when...
So where's the Master of Peace now?
We need to find him.
Excuse me. Excuse me! No, wait! Why would he go off alone?
We believe he's still searching for a place where we can all be safe.
We saved him. We tracked Aaron through the wastes and found him before he could kill your master.
That was you, huh? We found Aaron's corpse and assumed the master had killed him.
Nope, it was the boss and me and the others too. We trapped him inside Spurbend Canyon and fought him there.
We are profoundly grateful to you, miss. To all of you. But we really must go now.
I'm told by this delightful young miss here that you saved the life of our Master of Peace. It seems you have a knack for commanding the aspects. Aaron was out of control. He had to be stopped. I'm Dassadin. How did the Master of Peace look when you saw him last? Was he injured at all? No, he seemed hardy. He's determined and, of course, was the best among us. If any of us could survive out there on our own, it would be him. Nevertheless, you're risking your own lives to try and catch up with him. We fear the day will come when he will need us. We want to be there when it does. What about your people, all those injured in the crash? We're doing this for them. For now, they can help each other, but soon we'll need a safe place to shelter while we recover and rebuild. What about your crystals? Aren't you afraid they'll be looted? Oh, yes, but others will collect them. This responsibility we inherited, protecting Glint's legacy, it extends to all Zephyrite. We all play our roles. The aspects are her magic. Filled by it. She lives on in the sun, wind, and lightning. Her body was overflowing with magic soaked up over the thousands of years that she'd lived. It continues to seep out of her crystals. And you sell her crystals. No, not hers. We grow the ones we sell. A dead dragon's magic naturally returns to the world. Our grown crystals are infused with some of that magic. And the Master of Peace is looking for a safe place for you. The Zephyrite are collecting her crystals as they find them, saving them so that when we have found our new home, we can move them there and begin again. You inherited it. The Brotherhood of the Dragon was a dwarven society dedicated to Glint. Before they turned to stone, they passed that duty on to us. Welcome to reading the series. This is part 1. When was this? Over 2,000 years ago. At first we were a small group, nomadic.
Woo! 100.
100. That's 1,000 now. I'm not going back. We lived in the desert and assisted Glint in any way we could. But then Krakatoa awoke and destroyed her. She and Destiny's Edge attacked Krakatoa and tried to kill it. They failed, and Glint died. Her crystals are all we have left of her. We collected what we could from the desert, built airships so no one could touch us, and learned to use the aspects. We won't keep you any longer. Safe journey. Yay! More reading! You look so serious. Soja wears a similar face sometimes when her experiments are especially dangerous. What are you going to do? I'm going to find Kaith and Kanak. Brahm's going to take you home. Out? You mean out into the wastes? Brahm should go with you. What if something happens to you? I'm meeting up with and leading a Pact squad. I won't be alone. I can find my engineer and then get home alone. You don't need to watch over me every second. Seriously, I'm not a baby. You two will be safer together. Don't worry about me. I'll see you later. Sometimes you act like one.
She is very much a child.
She is, yeah.
Hey, stop!
A very smart child, but still a child.
My name's Tiny.
Yeah.
I'm dedicated to learning as much of what you know as I can.
Well, I'll be.
Let me make sure. Okay. Squad. Let's go.
Swift and steady.
Where's the squad reconnaissance? We don't need to walk all the way.
You have a faster way to get
Never
over there?
mind. The hidden depths is contested. Okay. We do have to walk all the way. I was going to travel over to the hidden depths and then use the script tunnels, but yeah, that's not happening.
Let me see a dead player.
Oh, yep. Lip. If I follow you exactly, nothing could possibly go wrong. Okay. Fuck off with that. Alright. That was instant clever. Jesus Christ. I don't know if you saw what happened.
I didn't.
Oh,
I heard you wheezing like you were about
as
to
soon
explode.
as I finished saying, like, it was literally the instant I finished saying the sentence that as long as I followed exactly, nothing could go wrong, I immediately got hit and got netted. Like, literally same instant. That's why I was laughing, because I was like, wow, that could not have been timed any worse. I was like, that.
You going to inspect this thing?
Yeah.
Look at it.
I was just like, this fallen Mordrum appears to be wired to some type of device. Look closer.
Do not disturb that body. It
it's rigged to explode. Unless you wish to be vaporized into a fine mist, I advise you to step away.
You're welcome. Forgive me. You're welcome, Commander. Spare me the sarcasm and just show me which way Keith was headed. As you wish. Along the way, I advise rigging these mines to any Mordrum corpses we come across. Fine, let's get going. Wow, my character's already tired of his shit.
Well, you haven't met him before. You don't remember it because we haven't done that part yet.
Oh.
We can bypass them. Around or through.
Did you place a mine on this one?
I did not, no, because it wouldn't let me.
It's not letting me either.
That would be helpful if you actually helped. Instead of just letting me die. The wounds on this soldier's body appear fresh. Gee, I wonder why.
Too many hiding spots and ambush locations would have been
Okay, but it's got like a little mark on the map showing that we're supposed to be placing the bombs on these bodies.
I don't have a mark. Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, but it's not letting me do anything, so. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm literally right in front of you.
I know, but where were you before?
Stop running ahead of me. You are not a tank.
You're just standing still back here for no reason.
I'm not. I'm in front of you.
You're in front of me now. I mean earlier. I'm sitting here thinking you were gonna follow me immediately.
Well, it was your fault.
Uh-huh.
I tried to put a mine on a corpse.
Let's go.
It's not working. I told you it wasn't working. Welcome to the Silverwastes, Acidin. I see you have my little brother Connor can tow. I was told he might need some extra help out here. Nothing I couldn't handle, though I do appreciate the sentiment. Has your squad found anything useful? Not yet, though my instincts tell me we're close to finding the source of these Mordrum incursions. Let's see if we can prove you right.
Judging from their increasing numbers, I'd say we must be getting close to something important.
If so, I imagine they will be increasingly belligerent.
Okay,
Feel
so
free
we
to
were supposed
hide
to
when the
go.
action starts, Canuck.
Are you worried that I'll show you up, Keith?
You're the tank of the
Mordrum
group.
are still increasing in number.
Which means we're close to learning what they're up to. Let's press forward.
Might and glory.
What? Okay. Alright.
What?
Thanks, game. Half of the guys went and attacked an NPC.
Better they attack an NPC than you.
True. Uppity uppity. How the fuck has it already been 20 minutes?
There. A base of operations for the local Mordrum.
Do you see that glow?
Yes. What could they be up to?
We have Mordrum inbound and should consider
Hi, friend.
retreating. We are deep in their territory and we are vastly outnumbered.
We've killed you
We should
twice
send up a
already.
flare. I hope the Pact will see our signal and send help.
That flare attracted more of the Mordrum. We have to relocate. We're boxed in up here.
Let's take the fight to the bottom of the slope.
Okay.
Fall back, or those vines will tear us apart.
There are too many of them and too few of us. This location isn't defensible.
That's enough violence for now.
Might and glory.
Stand fast! Help's on the way!
Can we put mines on the corpses now? Nope.
Really have no idea. Bam, bam.
The Pact had better get here quickly or there won't be anyone left.
Wait. I can finally place them.
Ooh, nice. So you can do it, but I can't.
Apparently.
We'll make a stand on that ledge. This area is overrun.
No, it's not.
Which ledge?
That
There's
ledge.
a lot of ledges here, lady. Can you be more specific?
There!
Oh.
Everyone on the chopper, quickly!
So they're going to come to where we were, but we're like 20 minutes away from that now. Of course. Of
Why
course.
not? I was wondering what we were supposed to do there. So I just started running back until I ran into something. That's one way to survive, just run away.
Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper! Rig! rock, get out the way.
I deserve an award.
that story point is ruining it.
Is this predictable behavior?
Elder dragons are far from predictable. Their minions show a sort of situational awareness.
They could have mixed the audio in that cutscene a bit better.
Well, I could hear they were talking, but I couldn't hear specifically what they were saying.
They were basically saying, like, is this normal behavior for dragons? Yada yada. That type of stuff.
Excelsior.
Okay. That's it then. We've hit a dead end here at the Durman Priory. We'd like to interview the resident dragon expert, but he has retreated to a secure location deep within the Priory. Unfortunately, they changed the access cipher to that room on a regular basis, and no one here knows the latest one. Remember the young explorer named Campbell from Fort Salma? Magister McKay believes he has the current cipher, and she's doing field work in the Silverwastes. Could you look into retrieving the cipher for us? To convince her to give you the cipher, repeat this phrase: "Long live the King of Deldrimor." Marjorie Delacroix. Okay.
Excelsior.
Came as soon as we saw your flare, Commander. Took a big risk taking one of our birds out with all this dust and sand in the air, but obviously one that was well justified. I appreciate that, Tactician. Do you know where Keith and Canuck went? I'm not sure about Canuck, but Keith went to report to the Marshal with the information you uncovered on the enemy's disposition and behavior. That intel will be crucial to our strategic planning. Thank you. If you see them, let them know I have some business to see to. Absolutely, Commander. Anything else I can do for you? Actually, yes. I'm looking for an explorer by the name of Campbell. Ah, yes. She arrived shortly before you did. Out on an excavation in the field, I believe. I can mark her dig site on your map for you. Thank you for all of your help.
That's not where the Centurion said they should go.
Well, let's start running.
Okay, well, give me a minute. I have to admit, that's a really good dagger. Okay. You know, Arcana's over there. Oh, we can actually go to Hidden Depths now. That'll make it a bit shorter.
Okay.
If I can get out of the valley.
Just jump off the ledge.
Yeah, but I went right past the ledge.
Goofy.
That's why I was like, if I can get out the valley, 'cause
We're going the long way.
Oh, am I? Of course I am. That's twice now within 2 minutes. You think I know the zone better by now? You'd be wrong.
Why?
This why? Good question, actually.
Well, you haven't really spent all that much time in the zone itself. Hello, Explorer Campbell.
Commander, I had a feeling I'd be seeing you again after you saved me from those Seraph ghosts. What brings you out here? I was told you know about a certain Priory cipher. Oh, the cipher to the storage room. I guess I am the only one besides Magister Stonehealer who knows it. We're all so scattered these days, far too busy. Do you have the password? I do have it. Great, what is it? Long live the King of Deldrimor. That's it! You got it! Okay, you can have my written copy. I've memorized it. How does this cipher work? Each of the lines of the poem is a clue to a book in the special collections. You have to find them in order and touch them to activate their magic. Once you found them all, in order, you're in. Got it. Thanks. Be careful out here. I believe... No. Nope.
No what?
I was thinking maybe I should have gone and looked through what the thing says. Because I, for some reason, thought when she said she was giving me a written copy, she was literally going to put a written copy in my inventory.
What should I do?
Our field scholars require our assistance. You'd best get to work.
Is this underground? Should I go to the wrong spot? Nope, nope, I'm in the right spot. Okay. Puppy.
It was a fox, actually. But
Fox
close
friend.
enough.
Farewell, canines. Hi, there you are. How did it go? Did you get it? The cipher? Yeah, I got it. It's a testimony to how scared the Priory is right now. That the only... It's a testimony to how scared the Priory is right now that the only person who knows the cipher to get into the storage area is out in the Silverwastes. It's good you saved her at Fort Salma. It's definitely not typical. We need to speak to Magister McKay. She's pulling some heavy-duty strings to get us into the special collections. We're meeting a Magister Stonehealer. Okay.
By next class, I want you to research the many theories about the different spheres of influence. There's further literature in the library. Class dismissed.
I feel like...
Oh, you're just running in circles.
Oh.
Hello again, Magister. Have you met?
Welcome, Scholar. It's a pleasure to see you again. I hope your well of knowledge has deepened in the intervening time.
The Magister is documenting Mordramoth's awakening and its ensuing actions.
My field experience has provided a good foundation for my research and chronicle. Magister Stonehealer is going to help you gather information on the Elder Dragons. He rarely agrees to such things. I will warn you, he's quite old and has little patience. He's the last of his kind.
We'll show him the utmost respect, of course.
I'll take you to the Special Collections entrance. Archivist Earnsward will guide you from there. You retrieved the cipher?
Yes, we have it.
Very well. Follow me.
You want a spoiler or no?
How soon is the spoiler?
Put those weapons near the door. We may need to grab
What
them
do you
on
mean,
short
how
notice.
soon?
Hello, Scholar. I'm still waiting for those item manifests.
I didn't understand your question.
Oh, I said how soon is the spoiler? Like, is it something that happens soon, or...
Something that happens in the next, like, 5 minutes.
Okay.
None. No good can come from feeding it to living beings.
What do you know? I'll take the dust to the streets and start my own food cart. I'll be rich.
Are we interrupting something important, Chef?
No, Madam Magister. We're just having a small professional disagreement. Are these the visitors you mentioned?
Yes. They have dispensation from Magister Stonehealer to visit the special collections.
I've already adjusted the wards to allow them entrance, and the Archivist has been warned that they're coming.
I'll show you how it's done.
Be careful down there.
Follow me, please.
Okay. Okay. Into the fire.
This is the Derman Priory's special collections. Security here is tight, for reasons you'll soon understand. You are free to browse. All we ask is that you handle artifacts with care and remove nothing from this area. I have to return to my work. Archivist Earnsward is here somewhere. She can guide you to Magister Stonehealer.
Time to go on a search mission. Well, kind of. I already see the story. Hello, we magically knew exactly where you were. Are you delivering something? I'm already buried in magic items. I don't have enough scribes, and every piece needs to be cataloged. I'm in a hurry, please. Magister Stonehealer is waiting for me. Let's get you on your way then. What can I help you find? How do I decipher the shelf numbers? The N refers to cardinal direction in the main annex. Some alcoves are on the south side, some on the north. The second number tells you which floor, and the last number is which alcove. This is exactly what I needed. Much appreciated.
Oh, Lord. We're gonna be here all day.
Oh, dear. Because I don't even know what the cipher even says. Written by Ella McKay, this collection of historic facts reveals the life and death of one of Ascalon's most notorious dukes. Read on. Though first in line to the throne, Duke Beredin did not object when the people called for Adalburn to be king instead. He spent his life on the Beredin estate, making wine and training warriors. Read on. Beredin's daughter, Althea, was betrothed to King Rurik, Prince Rurik, son of King Adalburn. Althea was murdered by Char, and her ghost remained restless until a renowned hero returned her ashes to Beredin. Read on. Duke Beredin was caught in the fell fire, and his ghost now causes regular trouble for the Char in the plains of Ashford. Close book. Oh. In this... Screw the railings. In this series of reports from the hinterlands, Explorer Ket details what her research has uncovered about centaurs and their tribal society. Read on. Centaurs can be found in many places throughout Tyria and as far away as Alona. Some tribes, such as the Orshad Raiders from the Crystal Desert, are known to eat human flesh. Read on. Centaurs are one of many races displaced by humans. The number of warring tribes far outweighs that of peaceful tribes. Read on. The rise of the Elder Dragons, especially Zaitan and Jormag, has put centaurs in even greater conflict with humans in the Silver Peaks and in the plains as the two races compete for territory. Close collection.
Now I understand why people join the Priory.
What did I just do? Keyboard. Am I good? Okay. I need to resize. I somehow managed to resize my game. Okay, but I think I'm pretty much okay. Just double check. Okay. I don't know how I managed to do that.
Magic.
Yeah. Ironleaf Iceborne gives us a basic primer on the ancient Norn ritual called the Great Hunt. Read on. Every year, Norn contenders compete to take home the title of Slayer. This is an important trial for the young. It launches their legendary journey. There's a note written on parchment between the pages of this book. The note says revolution came to Wadasum in 1-2, and a pal fell upon emerging blooms. SYL. Close book. I love reading. This does not feel safe. Steward Gix gives us uncensored thoughts on this historic event and what it portends for the future. Read on. Not since the destroyers had Zrata soon come so close to disaster as when the city's golems began to malfunction and turn on their makers. Read on. One must consider the current peacemaker to golem ratio of 1 to 10 when gauging the potential for future recurrences. Read on. The potential for cataclysm is unsettling at best. For now, Inquest crews remain part of our society, but their antagonism against the council grows with each passing cycle. Read on. We must install countermeasures to ensure history does not repeat itself, this time with even more disastrous results. Close book. Scholar Katerin interviewed dozens of her fellow Savari who claim to have seen the shadow of the dragon in the dream. She concludes that only one such report has any credibility, that of Dassadin. Read on. Shadow of the Dragon is the name assigned to Mordermoth's champion. This nightmarish creature has been spied in the dream and in the world. Read on. While some believe it is immortal and cannot die, others do not. To date, there is no proof in either direction. Close book. Oh shit. Things are spinning. Right round, right round. Like a record, baby. Right round, 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 round.
Swift and steady.
Let's take the stairs.
Shortcut. Cool. Now what?
Well, there's the dwarf.
What took you so long?
Getting the cipher from Explorer Campbell took longer than expected.
We're sorry for the inconvenience.
Well, don't waste my time. Tell me what you seek.
Speak up! These old ears are worse than my old eyes, and they're worse than my old... Never mind, go on. Magister, it's me, Dassadin. We met... Yes, I remember you. No time for nostalgia. Get to the point! I need information about how to deal with Mordermoth. Actually, I think you need information about the meaning of your vision from the Pale Tree. What? How did you... There are those who have been taking an interest. I had some warning that you might be calling. Your challenges do not go unnoticed. Who? All in good time, but know that they have Tyria's best interests at heart. Now this is what you're looking for, this artifact. Go on, examine it closely. What is it? Don't ask, act. Examine it and you shall see. As you wish. Oh, put it way over here. Why don't ya? This ornate hourglass is made of precious metals and has a palpable aura of magic. Examine the artifact. Don't be shy, you can touch it. Poke!
Fuck.
I'm going to take that to mean you do not like this section of the game.
It's Glint's home.
What just happened?
I don't know, but my legs feel like taffy.
You need to get...
We can't get over there. We'll have to go this way.
Have to go the long way around.
Is this
It must be.
Glint's lair? It's even more beautiful than I imagined.
God damn it.
And eerie. Doesn't look like we'll be leaving the same way we came in.
I never thought I'd see this. Where's the boss? Hello?
Boss! It doesn't look like we can reach you from here. This place, it's something else entirely. Maybe our paths will intersect beyond here. Right, you look for a path up ahead. I'll do the same on my side. Be safe. Glint may no longer live here, but that doesn't make her lair any less dangerous. I'll be fine. See you up ahead.
Move ahead and search for a place to meet.
Fine. Yes.
See you in a bit. Stay safe.
Your voice is down. I don't know what's happening.
Boss fight. Are you alright?
Yeah.
Hello.
My father used to talk about Glint in her prophecies. He said she was grand and noble as any Crichton. She loved humans, except when they tried to steal her eggs.
My destiny is taking root.
What an empty place. My mother told me stories passed down by her mother. She said it was once guarded by fearsome dragons. The lair itself would tear and gnaw at you.
This way, I guess?
She braved its dangers to have an audience.
Well, yeah.
Can you imagine what it must have been like?
There we go. I thought my attack speed was slowed or something.
It has been.
I thought it was slowed much worse than it was. I don't think I want to step in that.
You do, actually.
Oh. Okay. Oh, is this protection from that?
Yep.
Another one of these. What for? Scary bridge is scary.
Gave it my all.
I don't think it really matters, but just in case it did. Distorted facet of light. Another boss. Okay. Oh, it's immune. Right, you're also immune.
You, you have to get him, like...
Oh.
Shit. Nope, that's just nasty stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to res you.
No, I know.
Okay, well, I did a tiny bit of damage.
Maybe go pick up the red thing. Without running through the black stuff?
I had the shield, so I thought maybe I'd be fine.
Okay.
I am not, though. Oh, I see. Hello. Come here. Okay, how do I do this?
Well, since I'm dead, I'll go look it up. How about that?
Oh, provides upon death, so I need to kill it. And it does green.
So then go to green, get the shield, and then you can attack the boss with Heron.
It's still doing damage to me. My burn... Oh, I'm down.
Yeah. We gotta read about this.
Yeah. Oh, this one actually resets when you die. This boss actually does reset, so we can't just go back and continue to fight. That's annoying. Alright, well, my burn does appear to work, so I'm gonna use that to my advantage. I have to... Okay. Provides colored light attunement upon death. And it gives me green. Which if I roll out of that, and I run over to green, it gives me this bubble. So what do I do?
Okay, so it says you kill the summoned facets to gain the colored light. Go to the orb that matches the color, right? You did that. And then you can fight the boss. He can only be fought from within the AoE around
Ah, okay. That's what was going on.
But be sure to monitor the duration of your bubble, because as soon as that bubble goes, you will be one shot.
Yeah, I figured that out.
So
I saw that. Once I started doing damage within the circle, I was like, wait a minute, I think I know what's going on here. So we're good. And I know to monitor. But this is a if you die situation. If one of us is not, you know, if both of us are down, then it does reset the entire fight. So we do have to be careful about that. This is not a you can continue if you die thing.
I had a red thing, but I don't anymore, so now I have to wait for another thingy to spawn.
It looks like, I think only one of us, if that's the case, then only one of us can get it at a time. Which would mean that basically only one of us can fight the boss.
Is that purple?
Yeah. You try it? No? Okay, I still got it. Never mind. There we go.
Okay.
Just a crystalline memory to the south.
It's a lot easier to do that when you know what the hell you're doing.
Yeah. I figured it out as you were saying it, though. I probably would have actually figured it. I had the breakthrough at the exact moment that you found it.
Flameseeker prophecies in school.
Me too. I remember the stories about the fall of Ascalon, Prince Rurik, the Chosen.
I used to pretend I was a chosen when I was little. Me and my sisters put on plays for our parents.
I can just imagine it. Glint was 8.
Okay. Explore up ahead.
Towards control by the Forgotten a long, long time ago. And then, because of her gift for reading minds, she connected with humans. She learned to think like us. Elder dragons don't. Me too.
Find a way past the... Jesus Christ. Do I want to stand in this? Yeah, okay. And you have to avoid the spikes as they come up. What? Okay, well. Next boss. Lots of little bosses here. Well, more mini bosses, but...
Okay.
Okay. Don't bother trying to fight the vortex crystals, because they just regenerate. Immune. What are you doing? Yeah, you're dead. I can't do anything.
Help me over here.
I can do something. Hold on. If I...
Let him chase me around. But we're still not doing any damage to him.
No, but I have a thing here.
Why did I fail?
Ow.
Uh-huh.
We're about to go down. Run!
I'm out of endurance.
I know it's something to do with that bubble.
Of course.
It doesn't look like you can just... I have an idea. Try with the bubble. Okay. Well, never mind.
I tried to fight him with the bubble. That didn't work.
I was going to say, try running into one of the vortex crystals with the bubble and see if that did anything. Okay. Nope. That's a white.
Nuh-uh.
Wait, how did he get back up?
I healed myself.
You have a self-healing thing in your boy?
You do too? Should be like number 3.
Oh.
Yes.
I never even knew that.
Yourself. Oh my god. Really?
I never knew that. I thought when I was down, I was down.
Nope.
Does running into one of those do anything or no?
Well, it killed me that time.
I did damage. I'm not sure how, but I did something. We're onto something with that. I think we're onto something with that, because I did actually do a little bit of damage.
Not enough energy.
Oh, bubble.
Might and glory.
Yep, nope, that's it, that's it. You have to run into them. You have to run into them with the bubble. They'll take the bubble, and then that will let you damage it for a second.
Him or it?
That will let you damage the boss.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then do you have to have him run into the...
I'm not sure because
I mean, he's charging a lot. I think you do have to have him run into the crystal that's bubbled up. Huh.
Okay, come run into this one.
Oh! Ah, I see, I see, I see. Okay, I figured it out. I figured it out.
Okay.
So, what you do have to run into them with the bubble, but then you pop the bubble. So you hit the crystal.
How do you pop the bubble?
You attack the crystal that's bubbled up, and then it hits him.
Like that.
Yep. We figured it out. Let's go. Come here. Bam. Yeah, that's how you do it. Okay.
Okay. I'm glad this is so self-explanatory.
I'm down.
Heal yourself.
Yeah, they really could have done a better job explaining this a little bit.
He's really angry with me for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Why? Because he's almost dead.
I could use a bubble right about now.
I got one.
Alright, bring it over here.
Sitting on this. There we go. It's captured. Pop.
Alright.
What the hell is with these, like, boss fights, dude?
That's kind of why I said, oh shit, when we got here.
Yeah, I will say this part of the game just feels downright unfinished to me.
I know how Glint died.
Destiny's Edge went to kill her, right? So she wouldn't wake Kraukatoric?
That's my understanding. But she communicated with...
Adventure.
Then what?
Follow the path.
Cass, stop moving.
Drake?
Listen.
What was that?
Watch out!
Oh, big boy.
Pretty sure this guy is going to end up using all the stuff that we just
Yep.
learned.
Another boss. Let's go. Can I just deal damage? First attempt.
Bubble crystal.
Oh, I'm dead.
Got
Never
it.
mind.
He's on the crystal. Bring him over here, please.
We just straight up popped a crystal. Yeah.
Okay. I thought he had to be close to it.
No, you just popped a crystal. It does appear that I'm doing very minuscule amounts of damage to him, just naturally.
I'm not. It just says immune.
It says immune for me, but then it's actually giving me, like, numbers.
Cass, I'm gonna borrow this crystal from you. I'm gonna bring it over here.
I can't do this alone.
Right here. Come on. Pop it.
Popped.
He's in the middle.
Oh, he went to the middle. What did he go to the middle for?
Oh. Next phase. What color is this?
Green. Pop. Ooh. That's a bubble. Look at that, I have 1 health. Why do I have 1 health?
Oh yeah, I do only have 1 health.
Vortex crystal right here.
Crystal?
It's not letting me get close enough to... Oh, there we go.
There we go. I have 1 as well for when the next one pops up.
I'm just gonna have to run from him.
Yep.
There's a vortex crystal, there's a bubble.
He's on top of the bubble. Oh, he's not. I like how they gave us allies for this fight when they're very useless. Blue. Or is it? It's way over here.
Yeah.
Of course it is. I got stunned. Come on, come on, come on.
Might and glory.
Oh, if there's already a bubble there, you can't put another one on.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Might and glory.
This really is run around like headless chickens to fight.
It really is. After like 15 bubbles, he should be dead.
You know, I'm gonna put this in probably the worst boss category that we faced so far. Like, this is bad.
Oh, he's reset. I mean, he went to the middle.
I'm moving over here. Get out of the middle.
I owe you my life.
Okay.
Oh, I'm dead. As I've learned, this fight will actually reset if you die. Okay. So I was just sitting there like, please don't die.
Where are you?
I'm right here being rezzed by Marjorie.
Well, she's gonna try. You're kind of in a bad spot.
Yeah. Yeah, one of us goes down, the other person cannot afford to go down.
Okay, red.
I'm up.
Got it. That took some doing.
They were still in it. Nope, get out of the way. God damn it, the bubble went away just before I was able to get in. Hey, can you go away, please, so I can pick up this bubble? That would be helpful. Why do you put the bubbles in the worst spot? Bubble goes away sooner than that does. Okay. Come on, bubble. Bubble. Get it. Jesus Christ.
That bubble.
Another bubble?
Yep, grab that.
Got it. Okay. Come on, Crystal. Show up. Found one. Going for it. Standing right here. Take it. Pop.
Oh.
Fuck you. Fuck that fight, man. Wow. That's a bad fight.
What just happened? What was that? Not sure. If I had to guess, I'd say it was part of the Lair itself rising up to greet us.
Not much of a greeting, if you ask me. Thanks for swooping in when you did, boss. We'd have been toast if not for you.
Mm-hmm. We weren't sure we'd see you again, to be honest.
What the fuck was just said?
What was that?
It couldn't be.
We need to speak with Ogden immediately. Let's find a way out of here.
What about this convenient teleportation crystal that showed up?
We've been running around it during the whole fight.
No, it wasn't there before, I don't think.
Oh, it was there.
Okay, then I'm dumb.
Tripped over it.
The looks on your faces.
You could have warned us.
Nope. No. That would have sapped the fun right out of it. So tell me.
That's your idea of fun?
No, now.
Yeah, my idea of fun is taking this freaking staff and bashing your skull in with it. Entertain an old dwarf, tell me your tale. It was a portal to Glint's lair. So it was. The Master of Peace that I set it up after Glint's death so I could guard it for the Brotherhood. I saw the Master of Peace take an egg. The last one intact. It's been in stasis since her death. The Master of Peace is taking it where it will be safe and allowed to hatch. Where has he taken it? You must tell me. Sadly, I do not know that. He disappeared beyond Drytop, and I've had no word since. You will find him, won't you? He is in great danger out there. I will do my best. That is why you were chosen for this. Go now. Find him and make sure he arrives safely at his destination. What's his destination? Only he can tell you that. Go, but be smart. Do not rush into danger unprepared. You have many trials ahead of you. Yes, Magister, I'll be careful. Fuck that dungeon!
Awaits.
Cool.
Mail.
I'll take a free mantle.
That's valuable.
That I'll never use anything with. Holy cow. I have 5 tomes of knowledge. What are spirit shards, by the way?
They're for use in the giant toilet in Lion's Arch. I mean the Mystic Forge. Just looks like a giant.
That's valuable.
Wow. Okay. So they are very useless.
Well, if you're crafting stuff, they're useful.
They quite literally belong in the toilet.
Okay, technically it's called the Mystic Forge.
You said it was a giant toilet.
It is.
Alright, I need to sell stuff and then we need to end the episode.
Okay.
Yeah, that dungeon sucked.
Oh, come on. You didn't think that was fun?
That was the most unfinished, like, thing that we've been in, and the boss fights were horrible. Like, there was not a single good fight in there, except for maybe the first one, which was literally a tank and spank. Alright. I need to find a bank. I don't see a bank here.
Okay.
I know where there is a bank, though.
I know where there are a bunch of banks. Which one did you go to?
Divinity's Reach.
I have so much to do.
Cool. Don't care.
Cool, don't care about what?
Somebody said something about, like, I have so much to do, yada yada. And I was like, cool. Don't care.
My time is precious.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna see what this does, because I have it. Oh! That's what it does.
What does?
I'm a squid now.
Of course you are.
Aw, I have a pet cat. Can't fight in this form, and I cannot jump either, so I'm gonna... Ooh, is that a baby dragon?
That's actually a mini branded wyvern.
Oh, well. I'm gonna return. I have other cats. Anyway, now that I've cleared out my inventory, that is it for this episode. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Next time we shall continue the storyline with Tangled Paths. So that's what's next. If you guys enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. My name is Blue Emerald, signing off. Good night, everybody.